Yo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. Snapzilla Gorillas in the building, hitting y'all with this quick live stream just to give my quick post fight reaction of last night's mega fight with Terrence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. First of all, let me say congratulations to Terrence Bud Crawford for fighting his ass off. And he did a beautiful job doing what I thought he should do to win that fight. Except for a couple rounds where he decided to go toe to toe with Canelo, bravely enough, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? When he knew he needed to get out of there, he got out of there. Congratulations to Terrence Bud Crawford, man. Yeah, he did a great job. He did a great job boxing, staying on the outside, you know, using footwork, using his footwork, you know what I'm saying? Using great ring generalship to stay out of danger of Canelo for the most part. Now, out of enough danger. Salute to Eric Jordan. Good morning to you, brother. But, he did enough, right? He was able to, he was able to keep Canelo off his game. But I will say this. Canelo did a better job than a lot of people are giving him credit for. And that's what makes this win so great. Because Canelo looked a lot different than a lot of people thought he was going to look, right? He used his feet more, you know what I'm saying? He cut off the ring pretty damn good. Cut off the ring, was able to land meaningful body shots against Bud. Landed quite a few straights against Bud, straight right hands, and not very many jabs, but straight right hands that found its home quite a bit. Good defense too. I mean, let's look at the real shit. Canelo showed some good defense out there. Was able to make Bud miss quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, this was a great fight in general. Like it wasn't no shutout. It wasn't a shutout. I don't know where people are getting that from. People were talking about 11-1, this, that, and the third. It wasn't a shutout. You know what I'm saying? Canelo won some rounds. Bud won some rounds. By round 10, I would say that it was pretty even. It was 5-5 by round 10. Yes, I agree, Razor. The B-Vault beatdown was worse. But Canelo, a lot of people trying to say, not a lot of people, but quite a few people are trying to say that Canelo was trying to outbox Bud. That's not what he was trying to do. Bud was using his footwork to outbox Canelo, right? To stay on the outside, to use his lateral movement, use his footwork to get the angle on Canelo. But Canelo was able to use his feet to cut off the ring. And he wasn't slow. Teddy734 says he doesn't know which fight I saw last night. Okay, then you must be confused. You obviously are confused. See, obviously you don't agree with what I'm saying, so I didn't watch the fight that you saw. Because we don't have the same, you don't agree with me, so I didn't watch the fight. That's what you're saying. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Teddy says, brother, stop justifying, rationalize, Bud won. What the hell did you just write? Man, y'all. It is what it is. Bud won. I know Bud won. But see, I'm giving my breakdown of the fight. So if I wanted to just come on here and say, Bud won, and then in the live stream, that what you want? No, knock it the fuck off. I will talk about this fight how I want to talk about it. I will talk about what I saw as someone who actually knows how to score boxing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Bud is the man. Bud is number one pound for pound right now. He did a great job against Canelo. I mean, he won. It is what it is. But Canelo did a great job as well. Bud is just a better fighter. Bud is just better. But Canelo did a great job. If y'all don't want to give Canelo his credit, then you are discounting what Bud did last night. Do you not understand that? If you're not going to give Canelo his credit for what he did, then you're downplaying Bud's win. I'm a fighter. I know the fighter. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm a fighter too. So what? I box. I do Muay Thai. What does that mean? We all have our idea. Good morning, sunshine. Salute to you. Realize. Salute to you. Good morning. All is well. I don't care what y'all say. I'm telling you, it was a pretty close fight, in my opinion, from what I saw, having watched the fight once at full speed. Now, thankfully, we have the opportunity to go watch these fights again. Eric Jordan, salute to you, brother. Bud outboxing and dominate Canelo. Ninja keeps winning. That's what's up. He did dominate Canelo in the rounds he won. Absolutely. In the rounds he won, he dominated in the rounds he won. Yes. He dominated in the rounds he won. He dominated. Do you think it'll be? Yes. I think it will be rematched. I think two of the scorecards were 115, 113, and one was 116, 114, or something like that, or 116, 112, which would be 2 7-5s and 1 8-4 rounds. So, yeah. If you think Bud winning is good for boxing, you're generally promoting pathetic boxing style with no. It was very entertaining. Saran Zaman, what Bud did was put on a master class of boxing. This is boxing. If you want more exciting fights, then go watch the BKFC, where you don't really have to box. You can just throw shit and do a lot of dirty boxing, which is allowed in BKFC. Bud winning is great for boxing. It's great for boxing. Because what does that tell you? Now, Canelo did a great job boxing the way he boxes as well. Trying to cut the ring off, using body shots to wear Bud down. He outlanded Bud in a few rounds. I know y'all don't want to give him the credit, but it is what it is. Eric Jordan, you said you had to use your second account to do the super chat? For what? I don't understand that. YouTube be tripping. Good morning to Stormy B Man. Salute to him in the building. Go ahead and drop your link, Stormy B Man. Stormy B Man did a breakdown as well. Y'all go check him out. Mind Mansa Musa, salute to you. I think it's better for Bud that Canelo put on a great performance and still won. Bud won even though Canelo put on one of his better performances in a number of fights. He didn't look gassed. He didn't look, you know what I'm saying? He landed some good shots. You know what I'm saying? Bud was defensively responsible for a lot of the time. And when he did decide to trade with Canelo, he traded as far as he knew he could before it got too dangerous and he got the fuck out of there. Just like I said he needed to do to win. And guys and Stormy B-Man, people like that knows that Bud has all these advantages with his athleticism, with his skill set, his ability to box, you know what I'm saying? And be smart, use ring generalship. We understand that if Bud used that the entire round, the entire fight, and did not get greedy, he was going to beat Canelo. Now, there are many of y'all that thought that Bud was going to knock out Canelo. Where y'all at? Realize says Bud had Canelo's number. I felt Canelo wanted to give up at some point. It's a lot of people hating on Bud now. I truly think their reality. I don't think Canelo wanted to give up at all. I think Canelo went in there and did the best he could. But Bud is just better. Yeah, Miguel's, and it's nasty work. Yeah, I'm going to be watching the fight again later on. You from Omaha, the best place in the world? Yeah? Okay. All right, Omaha's the best place in the world. Sure. Okay. All righty then. You had Canelo in 10? Salute to Black Spring with Autumn. Black Spring with Autumn. We got to chop it up today. Trey Titan, salute to you. Yes, it was a boxing class 1-on-1. See, I knew if Bud decided, you know what, I'm going to fight smart the entire fight. Now, oh, Sunshine, you tell me be nice? Okay. All right. Omaha is the best place in the world. Absolutely. Zara Zaman says, Bud showed he's a boxing purist GOAT, but no casual, including myself, wants to see a guy ever again. Why not? You're watching the sport of boxing. This is what boxing is about. Boxing is about boxing. Now, Canelo didn't go in there and do rock'em sock'em either. Is what y'all are failing to understand. Canelo did not do rock'em sock'em robots. Canelo was using decent footwork to cut off Bud. He had good upper body movement. His defense was sound. He couldn't pull it out. That was a chess match. It was more of a chess match than y'all want to give Bud credit for. See, those of y'all want to act like Canelo wasn't shit. He got beat, yes. I don't understand what y'all don't understand about what I don't understand. But Canelo got beat plain and simple. Okay? No one's denying that Bud beat Canelo. Yes, Dalton Fury, Canelo lost. Canelo is certified. See, those of you Bud fans who are trying to discount how great Bud, see, y'all are discounting how great Bud did. I know they big man Stormy B, man. Salute to you. Y'all, Canelo did a great job. He just could not beat Bud because Bud fought his fight. Now, Canelo knew that he was probably going to fight that way, so he wanted to be lighter on his feet. He wanted to be faster. He didn't want to gain too much weight. He wanted to be able to keep up with Bud and cut him off and all that good stuff. It just didn't work. All those times he was trying to hit Bud in the arm, he was hitting him in the elbow. You know what I'm saying? Because Bud knew that was coming. See, let me tell y'all something. It's better if Canelo fought great last night. The better Canelo fought last night, the better Bud did. Y'all don't get that? It doesn't matter how many rounds Bud won by. Exactly. Bud wasn't exactly JRDN. Bud beat his ass. Yes, in the rounds he won. He beat his ass. And that's good enough. It wasn't no 11-1, 12-0 shutout. I don't know where people are getting that from. But the more rounds Canelo won, the better for Terrence Bud Crawford. If you guys don't understand that. Either most of the rounds they fought were close rounds and Bud edged it out, or the rounds Bud won in, he won clearly. And the rounds Canelo won, it wasn't so clear. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unless you really know what you're looking at. If you're just looking at to see who landed more punches, yeah, Bud won fair and square. Absolutely. Bud cooked him in the rounds he won. Absolutely. Yes, he did. And that's okay. You know, these fights are scored by round. They're won by round. So if you won a round, salute to Queen Sister Cameron. Driving. Salute to you. Be safe out there, Queen Sister. Canelo got paid $150, Bud got 10. I mean, yeah, did Canelo win economically? Sure. Will Hall says judges scored the fight wrong. It wasn't 115 to 113. It was 9-3. Okay, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Let me ask you something, Will Hall. What are the 4 criteria for scoring boxing? Do you know? Do you know what the 4 criteria are? It was not 9-3, but if you want to believe that, it's okay. It wasn't 9-3 in my opinion. Yes, that's what. Yes, John Parham. I agree with that. 7-5. Melvin Fagan says Bud cooked that piece of shit. Yes, in the rounds that Bud won, he cooked them. Yes. Fights are scored by round, right? Each round gets a fighter a particular score. At the end, it's added up. But you still have to win the most rounds to win the fight, if that makes sense. There were no 10-8 rounds in that fight, just so y'all know. Jamarian Cotton says he had it 10-3, Bud. That would be wild as shit. Canelo did not pump the jab. No, he did not. Not very much, but he did land quite a few straight right hands. He landed quite a few straight right hands. Joseph Carabello says Canelo got shut out. Okay, if you want to believe that, it's okay. Crawford did seal the deal. Yes, he did. He won the championship rounds, right? The last three. So it is what it is. Bud won. I think a rematch is called for. Yes, because I think Canelo did a pretty decent job. Canelo tried to win, y'all. Canelo tried to win for sure, for sure. Canelo was not out there like, he wasn't no punk out there. Canelo tried to win, and he did a great job. He just could not outdo Crawford. Crawford is just better. How was it a rigged fight, Mike? FBA Bud Crawford. No, he didn't what? Yes, Black Spring with Autumn. Yes, we are talking about boxing right now, so it's very okay. It wasn't rigged. It wasn't rigged. Kevin Kane says next fight Bud will drop Canelo. I disagree with that 100%. He did rock Canelo at the end there, though. He rocked Canelo at the end. It wasn't rigged. Dude, Mike, everybody fights for money. It's just a matter of how much money you getting. Bud is the best in the world. Right now, yes. Bud is the best in the world. No, real truth. Okay, if you don't think that Canelo was right, okay. That's fine. I do think that Bivol beat Canelo worse, but Canelo fought worse in that fight as well. Canelo did not look as good versus Bivol as he did in this fight, in my opinion. Yes, Nate Wheeler, I agree. It was closer than some people are making it out to be. Of course, it's better than the Tyson versus Paul match. Of course. Bud beats Bivol. I would now let's not be ridiculous. Let's not be ridiculous, y'all. Well, look at my time, Lit House. Salute to you, brother. Bud beats Bivol. Let's not get out of control here. Do you know where Bivol fights at? Do y'all know what weight Bivol fights at? Do y'all know? Or y'all just saying shit? My brother Stormy B Man is going live in 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, Stormy B Man, if you in the chat, man, go ahead and drop your link so that we can move on over there. At 11:30, Stormy B Man will be going live, and he'll be taking calls. So y'all go check him out. Yes, Air Jordan 175. So y'all think Bud can go up to 175 and beat Bivol? You're out of your fucking mind. Bivol is not Canelo. Lithouse says, I can't front. I didn't see it close. I've never seen Canelo look lost. He lost all the swag and posturing. In the Bivol fight, he kept his poker face. No, I disagree, Lithouse. I don't think Canelo looked lost at all. I think Canelo just couldn't. That's just how good Bud is. In the rounds Bud won, he won very clearly. I think you guys, I understand. You know, y'all expected Canelo to, I don't know what y'all expected Canelo to do. Knock Bud down, or I don't know what kind of credit. I don't know how y'all would give Bud Canelo any credit at all if he didn't. I don't see how you guys don't see that Canelo did a lot better than in his last few fights. He just could not. He couldn't beat Bud. You know, it was a closer fight. I'm going to look at it again though. Do I feel like Bud power surprised Canelo? No. This is what I saw. I think Bud might have got hurt a few times. And you could tell it. Now, Bud had a good poker face, but you could tell it when Bud decided to get on his back foot. You know what I'm saying? After Canelo landed a big shot, you could see Canelo backing away, moving around in boxing as he should, or clinching as he should. It's smart. These were smart things for Bud to do, and this is why he was better. He didn't go in there and be stupid and try to trade. Oh, I got hurt by Canelo. Now I'm gonna go in there and try to hurt him. No, he went in to hurt Canelo when it mattered in an intelligent way. Yes, Crawford did his homework. Bud Crawford is telling me to stop lying. He didn't even have a mark. What does that have to do? Okay, Bud Crawford, what are the 4 criteria for scoring boxing? Is one of them having a mark, leaving a mark on your opponent, which you sometimes you wouldn't even see until the fight was over? What are the 4 criteria for scoring boxing? Dallas says, great dialysis. No, my kidneys are in good shape, brother. Oh, thank you, Dallas. I appreciate it. FBA built this country from the ground up. We are not immigrants. We are indigenous and full-blooded Americans. Absolutely. AI Med Spa. You're absolutely correct. Yes, Bud is dark. There is nothing in the criteria that talks about. I know what you meant, Dallas. I'm just messing with you. There's nothing in the criteria that mentions marks on people's faces. There's no such thing in the criteria. Yeah, can y'all hit the like button? Come on now. The Real One Sport Picks and Promo says, I think young Canelo would have made it more interesting. Father Time is undefeated. I wouldn't say, look, Canelo is younger than Bud. We're not going to do that. Now, Canelo obviously has more experience and has more fights. He might have done better at a younger age. Tell me what the 4 criteria are. FBA. Can you tell me? Jamarian Cotton asked what the 4 criteria are. Somebody tell Jamarian what the 4 criteria are. At least make an attempt so I can tell you guys. I want y'all to make an attempt to tell me what the 4 criteria are. Salute to Jonathan Simon. Salute to my brother Freedom's March. Keep grinding, my brother. Support the channel. That's what's up. I appreciate you, man. Hen Dogs, the Filler One says, ring IQ, ring generalship, aggression, punches landed. You're off a little bit. You're close, though. You're close. Hen Dog, the Fearless One. You're close. It's defense, effective aggression, clean, hard punches, and ring generalship. Those are the 4 criteria. Effective aggression, ring generalship, clean, hard punches, and defense. That's the 4 criteria. Ring IQ is not one of the 4 criteria. It's ring generalship. Those are the 4 criteria scoring boxing. Not leaving marks on faces. Because somebody can have a mark on their face after they knock somebody out. Dallas said he learned something new. That's what's up. Canelo was on Bambi legs? For real? I didn't see that. Realize says clean punching, effective aggression, ring generalship, and defense. Yep. Yes. What is ring generalship? You know what ring? You don't know what ring generalship is? Ring generalship is the ability to set up combinations. Okay, so let's say somebody's trying to walk you down. You use your footwork. You use the ring to get people in the position you want them so that you can land at will, or you can use your defense to get out of there, right? You get caught in the ropes, you get caught in the corner, you're able to get out using your footwork You know where you are in the ring, right? Somebody's walking you down being aggressive and you use it against them. You turn them, you bring them back to the center of the ring, and you're able to use combinations. You're able to, you know, counter, right? That's what that is. How you use the ring to control the fight. How you use the ring to control the fight, right? You're using the whole ring. You're using lateral movement. You're backing up. You know, you're backstepping, but you're not backing straight up. You're backing up, and then you're going to an angle, so they don't just run you into the ropes. Salute to brother Shelton. That's what that is. Coach Hudson says Canelo needs to fight Benavidez, not Crawford, but owes boxing fans nothing else. No, Bud doesn't owe anything to anybody. And Canelo ain't gonna fight David Benavidez. No, he's not gonna fight him. That's a wrap right there, Coach Hudson. You know he ain't gonna fight no goddamn David Benavidez. Toon said he won, bro. Just stop. When did I say that Bud didn't win? When did I say that? Did it? Anybody continue? Anybody tell me when I said Bud lost? But you don't want me to tell you how he won, and you don't want me to say that Canelo did a great job in there. He just not better than Bud. Y'all want to see? This is what y'all want to do. Y'all want to shit on Canelo. Y'all want to act like Canelo was a tomato can in there, and that is downplaying the performance that Bud put on. Because if Canelo looked better than he has in a long time, and Bud still beat him, then that makes Bud's win better. Y'all are funny. Yes, Canelo did well. Bud just did way better. In the rounds, he won. I don't understand what's so hard about that. Yes, Razor, exactly. It was a decision win in a methodical way. It wasn't a slugfest on either part. Yes, Dallas, exactly. See, if y'all acknowledge how well Canelo did, that makes Bud look better. It makes Bud look better. I don't understand what y'all love shitting on y'all favorite fighters' opponents. It doesn't make any sense when there's no need for that. There's no need for it. The truth is Bud was smart and Canelo was ready to bang in the pocket like always. Skill-wise, Bud won, but Canelo was ready to take more risk and lose by wanting to bang in the pocket. Well, not only that, but Canelo was also trying to cut off the ring. He was trying to use the body work to wear Bud down, to slow his movement. But he was ready to bang, yes. Yes, there's only one Bud Crawford. Absolutely. He did a great job in there. He is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now. And he proved that even further tonight. I mean, he always was in my mind. I just don't understand how they had Inoue above him in any pound-for-pound list. Usyk, I can give them Usyk, but Bud definitely has the crown. For sure. KPJ says Canelo won 1 or 2 rounds. That's just completely false. But that's your opinion. My opinion is he won 5 rounds, at least. But if Canelo won 5 rounds, that means what? Bud won 7, which means Bud beat Canelo. Show and Tube says he taught Canelo a lesson. You cannot cut me off. Don't do it, or I will punish you. Well, I think what happened was yes, to a degree. But Bud also had to stand in the pocket, and land some good combinations against Canelo. Where Canelo didn't have to cut off Bud. where Bud decided to trade with Canelo and then get out of there. Not necessarily because Canelo was trying to cut him off, but because Bud probably understood that he needed to stand in the pocket for a little bit to get some shots off to win this fight. So he did that. Sheldon said Bud washed him. Okay, that's your opinion. I disagree with that. I think that Bud washed Canelo in the rounds he won. I think the rounds Canelo won were less clear, but Bud's rounds were more clear. And it's okay. Y'all can have a difference of opinion. I don't have a problem with that. I think Canelo won 5 rounds. What rounds? I have no idea. I would say 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 Canelo won. 7 and 8 is probably where I believe Canelo won. I got to watch the fight again. And then Bud won the rest of the rounds. So that's 5 rounds for Canelo that I saw that weren't as clear as Bud's rounds. But again, I will watch the fight again and get a better look and a better understanding. 1 or 2, I mean, that's your opinion. Yes, well, I would say 7 is where Bud started going off. Round 6. Yes, Crawford won hands down the majority of the rounds. I agree with that. Why would I be jealous of Bud? I'm not a fighter. I'm not a professional boxer. Why would I be jealous of Bud? That doesn't make any sense. This guy talks like a politician dancing around the garden. I told you what rounds I think Canelo won. How was that dancing around? 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. What don't you understand about that? Are you slow? How was that like a politician? Nincompoop. Oh, he doesn't agree with me. If y'all think that Bud washed Canelo the entire fight, that's y'all opinion. I think Bud washed Canelo in the rounds he won. Bottom line to it. Y'all are not going to change my mind until I watch the fight again. Who said Canelo won 7 rounds? I never said that. You can't accept what you saw. You want to make it more interesting than it was. A bunch of idiots. Now you're sounding like idiots. Y'all sound dumb as hell. Y'all are downplaying Bud's win. This dude is crazy. Whoever saw Canelo won 7 rounds has lost his tits. Who said Canelo won 7 rounds? Robert Biggs wants me to be gay because he's gay and he's attracted to me. Robert Biggs thinks he wants me to be gay so that his attraction could be justified. That's what Robert Biggs got going on. I'm not gay. You want me to be gay because you find me attractive. Truth Makes You Free says you look dumb as hell. Okay? But you're in here writing in my chat. I'm out, bud. Have a good one. Let me help you out. You can go on out of here. You ain't got to come back, show YouTube. You ain't got to come back. You don't have to announce you're leaving either. Stupid as hell. No, you go watch the fight again. The streaming was good. I believe. Yeah, y'all can, yeah. I disagree with you, but I respect you even though you called me a nincompoop. No, we don't want to hear about Robert and your lover. All right. Truth makes you free. You can go bye-bye too. You don't tell me what to do on my fucking channel. Asshat. How about that? I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about on my channel. I was talking about the fight. It was a great fight. But if what you're saying is if y'all think that Canelo only won one round, then it wasn't a good fight. If you think Canelo only won one round, it wasn't a good fight. Did the NOA fight happen already? That fight's today. See, you got people in here saying he won 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 1 round, 2 rounds. Y'all are all over the place. And that's okay. The clearest round you saw was 5. That's what's up, Lit House. I think that's the clearest round I saw him win too. I have no problem with Bud winning the fight. No, he did not run the entire fight. Bud did not run all fight. I don't know where y'all getting that from. There was no running. He simply outboxed Canelo. And that's just the reality of it. He didn't run. Bud didn't want to bang it out with Canelo. He was just moving around. That's not true. There were times where Bud banged it out with Canelo. He just got out of there in the nick of time. He stood in there as long as he needed to, and then he got out of there, and he outboxed Canelo. That's just what happened. I don't agree with that, R. Wayne. I don't think Canelo looked shocked at all. I don't think Canelo looked shocked at all. But y'all can have y'all opinion. Like I said, I'm gonna watch, and I'm hoping somebody will break down the fight round by round. BFTB will probably do that. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know why people say he never banged. He banged in multiple rounds and had some success. He just, like I said before the fight, I said if Bud wants to win, he has to, if he wants to stand in the pocket, he has to land a small combination and get out of there. But he banged in there with Canelo. Sometimes he was in there a little bit too long, and then but he still got out of there. Of course, Canelo knows he lost. Of course. Yes, boxing is hit and not get hit. And that's the name of the game. Yes, Crawford threw more combos than Canelo. Yes, I agree with that. There's a shot where Canelo gets hit with a pull counter. It looks like he lost his soul, stood straight up, and had a look of shock. I'll have to see the fight again. Yes, Canelo accepted his loss because he knows he lost. It's okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I got errands to run with the fam. I just wanted to give my take on it. Yes, Crawford is the real deal, but he always was. I found it quite entertaining, but some people didn't. It's okay. I will, Sunshine. Thank you. Yes, he outboxed. Yeah. I don't know where this shock is. I don't know where y'all talking about shock, but it is what it is. I appreciate that, Eric Jordan. But thank you guys for coming through. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for your engagement. Whether you agreed or disagreed and kept it about boxing, it wasn't trying to be, a weirdo. I appreciate that as well. Yeah, I know, Sunshine. People, sometimes they don't like to hit the thumbs up. Anyway, Black Spring, we got to talk. The Real One Sports Picks and Promos. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Bud won. Congratulations to Bud Crawford. He did a great job against a great opponent and just was better, right? The better Canelo did, the better Bud looks. That just makes the win better for Bud. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe. And we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.